Ben Simmons, did Ben Simmons really leave the Nets group chat? Ben Simmons explains why things fell apart in Philly.
You spent. I want to talk a little bit about the Hawks series, your last series of playing basketball, but just sort of as like a general sort of overview of spending the basically a year. I feel like the Nets finna be like, you know, as I said, the Nets were gonna be not nice last year and they got first rounded, but look, bro. I feel like they're gonna be cool with it. It's just gonna be weird seeing Simmons, Kyrie on the court. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna be fine, bro. Addressing your mental health and sort of going through that process. I want to see this shit. Which is not an easy thing. I've talked about it a ton. I've been through it. I don't know. Maybe it could be incredibly ass. It didn't start. Or it could be incredibly well. In the Hawks series. But did the events of the Hawks series sort of trigger a deepening spiral or whatever was going on? Did it exacerbate the problem?
I think it was like, you know, I'm already dealing with a lot mentally just in life, as a lot of people do. Yeah. But it got to a point where after that series, I'm getting it's like from the people that you're supposed to have the support from, right? Or that, you know, that comfort from, and I wasn't getting that either. So it was just a lot. It was a toll on me. It's like, boom! Imagine I'm getting roasted by everybody's community: Bruce community, Kyle community, Aiden community, Twitch community, and then Yourrage started getting on my ass too. That tough. Who the fuck I got to turn to, nigga? I'm out, nigga. I'm going to mentally. YouTube. It killed me. I was like, fuck, like. No energy for anything. Like I was in a dark place. And it took me a long time. The first thing for me was like really identify like, okay, I got to really, you know, I got to get right. And it's not a physical thing. It's mentally. And just, I think that first thing of acknowledging it is like a huge step for me. And I was like, okay, like I need to address this. I need help in these areas. And being able to do that, that was the start of, you know, getting to where I'm at now. I'm like in a great place and I feel comfortable talking about it now. But those are some dark days for me. And especially, you know, fuck, everything's public. Like that's the crazier part. But yeah, it's something that's like everyone goes through different struggles. Yeah. Some bigger than others, but yeah, it's everyone, you know, has their own battles. And I think that was tough for me, just knowing like I didn't really have that support either from teammates or whatever it was. At that time. Call it like it is. Let's call it like it is. Yeah. And you know that I love Joel and you know that I love Doc, but like they essentially threw you under the bus after Game 7. Like that's indisputable. That's tough. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you know, to both of you guys, doesn't it just objectively make sense that when you're in a work situation like that, no matter what it is, you would want to leave? Like, I don't know what job you're in where that kind of thing happens, where you would not want to look to do something different. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to just like opt right back into that situation after that kind of thing happens. It feels like everybody should want that. And I understand the dynamics of the NBA and the value of a player like you and everything like that. It's not going to happen overnight.
I mean, you know that athletes aren't human beings, man. we don't operate the same way.
And I think that was a part of it too. Like people like, well, let's take his money, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the money. Like,
Chat, who do y'all bully more, athletes or content creators? Who do you shit talk more?
Peace and happiness. Like I want to be in a good place. And that if that costs me whatever it's going to cost, that's what it costs. Like my peace is more valuable than money.
I don't know the inner workings of everything. Why did you come back for 2 days of practice?
Because I was trying to do the right thing.
That was bad. That was ass as fuck.
Which day?
Nigga came into practice and did nothing.
The day that I got.
The day you came. My understanding is
that nigga came in practice and like was a day.
My understanding is there was a trade request at some point before training camp.
Yeah.
You weren't going to come. Then you ended up coming, and you went a couple of days of practice, and then one day Doc kicked you out, and you were texting, probably some girl.
No. Hold on. So
I might have made that last part up.
So people made that up too. I had my jersey in my pocket,
right,
in my sweatpant pocket. So they thought it was a phone. I don't know how they thought it was a phone, but that's what that situation was. To clear that up.
Okay. So why did you? Why did you?
Because I was trying to do the right thing, at least, like do right by whatever the fuck the team, my teammates, whatever. Whoever it is, but trying to do the right thing. And I just was not in that place to play. Like I wasn't. Like I just
niggas mistook his fucking jersey for a phone.
And I, getting kicked out of that practice that day, I actually spoke to Doc before practice. I was like, Doc, I'm not ready.
Nigga said L loser. His name is Sixers Simba.
I tried to let him know prior. And he's like, well, I'm gonna put you in anyway. I'm like, all right. Told me to get in. I was like, I looked at him like, it was like 1 minute into practice. Like, man, get in. I'm like, first of all, no one's doing that. You're doing this on purpose. And that's how I felt too. I was like, okay, so it seems like everyone's just trying to fuck me now. Like I'm getting fined for like not lifting weights, but physically I'm like one of the strongest guys on the fucking team. So they're finding me for little things. And it was just a buildup of, obviously I didn't handle things the right way, but also the team didn't either. And you know, the people who had that power, but
what's the word? I think it's irreconcilable differences when they talk about a divorce. There's not one thing. It's just a buildup of things. Is that sort
outside
of how
noise fucked
you
everything
would
up? Hell yeah,
fucked
a lot of shit up.
5 or 6 months or whatever it was, 3-4 months, I guess, because it was a longer season because of the COVID stuff. So it wasn't that long of a gap between the Hawks series and training camp. But is that sort of what it was?
Yes and no. Like for me, I was trying to, for myself personally, get to a good place, like to get back on the floor. So it was never even like
At first, I was hella annoyed at this nigga. Like I was cussing this nigga out, but now over time, I'm just like, it is what it is. Let's just see what he do this season now. Not gonna lie.
Getting on the floor was my priority and trying to get myself to a place where I was mentally good to do that. And I was in such a bad place where I was like, fuck,
crazy.
Like,
yeah, I was calling him pussy.
And you guys are like throwing all these other things at me to where you're not helping. And that's all I wanted was help. I didn't feel like I got it from the coaches, teammates. I won't say all teammates because I had these great guys on that team that, you know, did reach out that have, you know, still my friends.
You think Ben Simmons is one of them friends?
I got that. And it was just a tough place for me.
Is that a, you know, we've talked about how this is what you signed up for to a certain extent, something you're going to have to deal with, but I just am thinking about this and you're putting myself in your shoes for a second. When this kind of thing is happening, and we've talked about all these sort of reports that have come out that haven't been true and everything like that, but it feels like it's a cascading thing where what makes this different, to my point earlier about most jobs, is everything is public and you have no way to respond. So they could say like, everyone flew out to your house in LA and you said, fuck off, I'm calling the cops on you and stuff like that. And what are you going to do? You can't respond to every single thing. That
I forgot that happened.
But that's all. Yeah. So like so many things happen and people don't really realize like, that's not the truth. Like you guys were going to fly out. Now you want to fly out to the end of when training camp's about to start. Like I was in LA for months. Like no one came. Like no one was there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like you could have came. Like now you want to make it public that you were flying out. That's bullshit. Like no one's getting on that plane. Come on, man. Like
call them cats.
It's fucking truth.
Call
like,
them motherfuckers.
There were guys in LA that didn't say anything to me. So but like that's irrelevant to me.
I don't even gotta watch it to know what he meant, what he thought.
There was a lot of things that were just getting put out, like that shouldn't have been put out, and those people know, you know, who they are.
As always, thank you for listening to the show.
Like I already know. We're gonna watch it though. About passing up that wild. I gotta see the play, bro. I want to see the play too. I need a refresher, bro. I need a refresher. Ben Simmons passes. Bro, ain't he passed that motherfucker on Trae Young ass? I was helping or some shit. Yeah, Trae right. He got a little spin. So in his head, I don't know, bro. Like in his head, it was probably like the right play, I guess. He did assess that as Trae fucking Young. He probably thought he was close. I don't know, bro. But like in this position, you being right in front of him, your defender's right here to help. Trae Young's still right there. That's a clobber of hell, bro. That's just not happening. That's just it. Maybe in 2K, maybe, but this is just not happening, bro. This is just a layup, bro. That's just what being in the NBA you should just know, bro. A nigga like us in the chat, we can make this mistake. We can make this mistake. Thinking we making a 5 pass right there, but nah, bro. No, he looked up at it. Bro, he was looking up at it. Yo, you killing Trae Young there, bro. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's straight off vert yamming that motherfucker. He lost it, bro. If he didn't lose it there either, you think if you'd have lost it, he would have run straight up? He kind of lost it right there. He gathered it. That's tough. That's tough. Ben Simmons, you gotta shoot that shot. Be confident. That's some shit you probably doing like the second quarter or some shit because like, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't that like, that was like the end of the fourth, wasn't it? Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
What happened in the Hawks series?
I know, nigga. The Sixers fans was pissed.
For you personally. Because look, I obviously played with you.
I did not think the Hawks was going to win that series.
Two playoff runs.
You can't tell me you thought the Hawks was going to win that series.
I mean, the series against Miami, our first series together, you were like 18-10-9.
Or that series, I know, bro.
The Atlanta series, you were 14-10-8 against Washington. Like, you're putting up numbers, obviously playing great defense, and you did play great defense at times during that Hawks series, but what happened? Like you weren't at your best. You'll admit that you were not at your best
for sure.
And so what went into that? Was that the Hawks? Was that you?
I think it was me, and it was a build up over time that I was kind of like deflecting, like I was just pushing it to the side and not addressing like my mental health. And I was, it's hard to do that when you don't really know why do I feel like this? Why am I feeling this way? And why am I, just different things. And once I was able to really address it, I was like, oh shit.
Bro, you had no confidence, bro.
I want to get myself right.
Something took this nigga confidence away, bro.
Mentally, and be able to do my job and learn to deal with, things I'm dealing with in the right ways and not, going down a downward spiral. Because there's a lot of people that go through it and
maybe need to shoot
never
more, bro.
address it.
Is there anything that
not
you
being
look
able
back
to shoot?
On? And it could have been the Hawks series. It could have been at any point in time in Philly.
Wait, like, yo, let me make my teammate there. Let me facilitate.
Wish I'd done that differently.
Or maybe a nigga trash talk to him.
No, because I wouldn't be here. I don't think you could say, yeah, I wish I went up and dunked the ball. Like because that was the whole game. Like, come on. No, I think.
But not only that though, didn't he play like whack the whole game? What was his points that whole game? Now, let's say he did dunk the ball. Wasn't the rest of his game offensively that day just whack as fuck? Or am I tripping?
Through the last
Do I not remember?
Or and a half,
wasn't he like just terrible that game, bro?
I think I needed to go through all that and have those experiences to be where I'm at now.
That's fair. Yeah. And I think that's true of any human being.
Yeah.
I think that's
life.
I think whether it's failures, struggles,
you really should.
Having gone through some very serious mental health stuff myself and having worked through that, like I'm a better human being. I'm a stronger human being because of it.
Like, he could play defense. He got it.
We had Matisse on.
That's why I feel like Nets going
right before the start of last year.
They just need some defense.
And we recently had Trey on at some point during the playoffs. I think it was in May. And we talked about that play.
Tapping his way in. Spins on Gallinari. Gives it up. Oh, he was right there.
And, I'd love to just hear sort of your breakdown of what happened on that play. Because
I already know what his breakdown is. He thought the pass was a better, I don't know.
You end up losing 2 straight games. You go down 3-2. You win game 6 and you lose game 7 at home. Like, there was a lot of things that happened in that series. But for whatever reason, that's the play that everybody
focuses on.
That everybody sort of puts on you as the blame, right?
The 100-point basket.
That single play.
Yeah. In the moment, I just spun, and I'm assuming Trey's going to come over.
Is this the season Kendall left this nigga for Devin Booker?
I'm thinking he's going to come full blown, and I see Matisse going down. Matisse is athletic and get up. So I'm thinking, okay, quick pass, he's going to flush it, not knowing how much space there was. It happened so quick that you just make a read. And in the playoffs, you need to make the right decisions majority of the time. And for that moment, I mean, bro, it happened, and I was just like, okay, fuck, now we got to go make another play. So that's how I'm thinking. And I didn't realize how everyone
big it was
posting. I'm like, was that big? Like,
in fairness to you, and I
understand
I'm not
that part,
giving you an out
but
here,
it was just the wrong read.
You absolutely should have dunked it. In fairness to you, not only was it a spin move, so you're turning.
Yeah,
I'm trying to have people understand here just how bang it is. So you spun on Gallinari. I think it was Gallinari.
Yeah.
You spun on Gallinari, so you spin baseline.
Fucking Gallinari, bro.
You're going
been in the league forever.
He's coming behind me.
Yes, and then you've also got yourself in a little bit of an off balance predicament. You don't know it's Trey.
I do think niggas gonna hate this and niggas love this play. I do think niggas overrate this player. They do. Like, it was bad, but goddamn. I know it's because the whole night he was fucking whack offensively. And that was just like the conclusion of it. Like, finally, this nigga's open. Oh, fuck, he passes it. But itself, that play's a little overrated, bro. Like, my God, like.
You spin.
No, you're spinning into a jersey.
Bro. Yeah.
Essentially. So.
Yeah. So, but look, when it slows down, it looks really bad, Ben.
Yeah, I know.
If he had, like, more points, if he had like 15, 16, 17, 18 points, niggas wouldn't be on dick as much like that. If he was doing something offensively.
He looks terrible. I was like, but when I look at it now, I'm like, man, I should have just fucking punched that shit.
But he was just being hella passive.
It didn't happen.
That happens,
and I was okay
like a
with
build-up and shit. That's what happened. Like when niggas who don't watch it, like niggas who wasn't watching the game or niggas who don't watch the game just see plays, they probably wonder like, yo, why are people so mad at the play? But it was like the build-up, bro. Like in that moment, you felt what everybody's feeling. But right now, if you just want to see it play, it's like, oh, it's a bad play, and you'll just move on. That's why when you're watching the game, though, it's like, yo, what are you doing?
I can live with that. I can live with, okay, everyone's trying to kill me over one play. Like, does everyone want to watch film with me? Like,
so I understand,
the whole arena? I can dissect everything if you guys want. But that's not,
13 assists,
not realistic.
You know,
we said this at the time. I mean, it was like the whole team blew 25-point leads, you know.
I'm also I'm guarding the fucking best player on the other team the whole game. Herder had like 27 points.
As always, thank you for listening to the show. Please subscribe on YouTube, Spotify.
Is it start next week? I can't wait, nigga.
Wondery, wherever
is it preseason or is it training camp?
Your podcast. We appreciate you guys. The old man of the three.
Pre is next week. Training camp and media day. Did Ben Simmons leave the Nets group chat?
This is the second time now where you've essentially taken off, call it 18 months, year and a half from your last game. And then injury happens.
How's the NBA almost back already, bro?
Reservations about this season, about your own physical ability, about your own ability to play? Or because you have this like foundation, you know.
Are you ready for the preseason, bro?
I'll be great. And I'm excited to play with, Kev, Kai, Joe, all those guys.
This, bro. It's gonna be interesting.
We just have an unbelievable team, and I know it. Like for me, after surgery, I knew it was going to take to get back to where I need to be.
Bro, you know how good it could have been if you know how to knock shit down, bro.
It's been tough. Like
nigga was a shooter.
Rehab is easy, but it's a grind. And that's what it's all about for me. Like that's my mini season. Every time I've had a situation where I've been hurt or whatever it is, that's my time to lock in and focus and get to where I need to be.
Where do you see yourself sort of fitting positionally with that group? Obviously, Kyrie, I guess he's a point guard, but functions more as a scoring guard. Are you the primary ball handler? Are you the other thing? I've talked about this a ton.
How's that going to be like?
When they made the trade, or even before they made the trade, I always said like Ben would be such a good fit with the Nets. Because if I think about a closing lineup in the playoffs with you sort of as a playmaking five offensive.
I want to see Portrait Purple chat. I know niggas hated me for saying this, especially Laker fans. They're always in my dick because Clippers, yes, Clippers, it is what it is. But I always wanted to see Kawhi and Paul George go crazy. In that season where they choked in the bubble, bro, I was so upset with them, bro. Because we was finally finna see Lakers, Clipper. We were finally gonna get that. And they fucking sold. And then fucking Kawhi gets hurt. Oh my God. Clippers are just like, I don't think it's just meant to be, bro. If it doesn't happen this season, it's just not meant to be. That organization needs to wash. It needs to disappear and go somewhere else. Because it's just not meant to be, bro. It's just not going to be meant to be, bro.
Making plays to shooters, running pick and roll with
Six,
Kev
shut the fuck up, pussy
I always
nigga.
envisioned, and then being able to switch 1 through 5. Like I always envisioned you, that being sort of the best version of you in the playoffs.
Yeah. 100%. I think just like the talent that we have and the type of players that we have, we're going to be able to run the floor easily. You know, we got Clax who can run. He moves incredibly well.
Jamal Murray. Oh, Jamal is back. Oh my God. I forgot he tore his ACL like April 2021. Right? Was that 2021 April? Right?
Well.
2020? That was 2021.
Kev, Patty, Kai, Joe.
Just
got Royce, another great.
Yo, that was so.
Guy.
Yo, Nugget. Yo, can try to have his play, guy.
I'm missing people, but
remember that series when fucking Murray and Donovan Mitchell? Oh my, that was yo, fucking hell, bro. Angelique Shelton for the 5 get this, bro. Yo, that was insane, bro. 50 years, yo, that was like peak, bro. That was so good, bro. That was so good. That was so fun to watch.
Fit for what I do and what I bring to the game. I feel like it's Philly on steroids, kind of, in terms of what we had when you were there and Marco and Ersan.
You're saying Kevin's better than me.
A little bit. I mean, he's
a little taller.
Shit to his game, but
a little taller.
I think, I just think it's exciting. Like knowing I'm going to play with those guys and knowing their games. Like I don't have to fucking guard Kyrie and Kevin.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask you when we were talking earlier about Giannis and Luka and these guys who are so tough to. How are other teams now? Luckily, it's not you. How are
foreign dudes are going? They're killing this league, bro. Giannis, Jokic, they're killing this league, bro.
Team's supposed to defend. Kevin.
They going crazy, bro.
I have no idea.
How'd you do it when you were playing against them?
Gobert. Yeah, I want to see the Timberwolves though.
Kevin. No one guards Kevin.
That's what they say. Just hope he misses.
Luka,
like those guys.
Luka. So, I go like Luka could win MVP. Depending on how the Mavs do, the Magic got to do good, which I don't know how good they're gonna do. But like Luka could win MVP, bro. I feel like if there's a season for him to hit MVP, it's this season. But the Mavericks need to do good, bro. Like, what the fuck are they doing, bro?
Guys are just so incredibly talented, and they just
they're just not deep in the facts, bro.
Just seeing them work, but no one's guarding Kevin or Kai.
He gonna have MVP season, but he's probably not gonna win that because the man's not gonna be all that.
Since you've been traded with the Nets organization, and obviously there was speculation about when you would come back, either in the regular season or the playoffs. And of course, you got hurt and required surgery. But just these last sort of 6 months, like how has your experience been with this specific organization?
It's been great. Like obviously it's going to be good, getting traded anywhere the first few moments, but it's been consistent. The foundation they have is great. Coaching staff has been incredible.
Starting the season.
Trainers have been great. Like everyone's just it's a very calm place to be.
Actually.
But it's a good environment. Like just going in there every day.
We're gonna be locked in this season, bro.
Got a happy face on. Everyone wants to work. And
trust.
It's very locked in. When you go into that facility.
Can we clarify that you did not leave?
Did y'all gonna have a comeback? I feel like he's gonna be good.
That's what I hate about the internet. Just fucking people just make anything up, and it just gets taken too far.
Okay, so how did that come out?
Chat. You know what's funny about that? I actually
so hold on. Who reported this?
It was
I almost DM'd him.
Rick Bucher.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
So how do these reporters come out with stuff like how do they even do they just make it up?
Man.
Out of left field.
Wait, go ahead.
So I actually text Patty about that. I was like, yo, did I leave a group chat? Like I was so confused. He's like, bro, no one even said anything in the group chat for like a month. Like at that moment, there was nobody even talking in the group chat when we got to the playoffs or whatever it was. So no, I didn't leave a group chat.
Yo, that's.
Have you always been a big trap?
Yo, you already know, bro. I don't know how these athletes. If I was an athlete and I go on the internet and just see some bullshit cap just come out of a fucking reporter, you know what I'm saying?